Number 1 is Poetic Rhythm for Fergal O'Brien, partnered by Paddy Brennan, looking for his second winner of the afternoon. Fergal also saddles number 2, I Charlie for Connor Schumark. 3 is Calett Mad for Daryl Jacob and Nigel Twiston-Davis. 4 on the blind side, Nico de Boinville riding for Nicky Henderson. And 5, Vision de Flow for Brian Cooper, Colin Tizard in those Potts colours. And number 6, Momella for Harry and Dan Skelton. 2 miles, 5 furlongs to the starting point again in the middle of the racecourse. 2 flights.
More confident than the boss ever is anyway. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Good to hear that confidence. So you like Momella. Luke, who do you like, mate?
I like Calett Mad. I just think he's a real stayer. I think Daryl Jacob will try and get these horses out of their comfort zone because he knows this horse will be well within his.
Remember, they've got Bristol de Mai in the Betfair Chase next weekend. Can Calett Mad delivered here? And these are horses for the future, as you said, Richard. Eyes on the Ballymore, potentially the Albert Bartlett, as you said as well.
Yeah, there's a few options for horses that run in this race, as we mentioned, just to stress the Ballymore, the new sponsors taking over from Neptune of that mid-distance novice race at the festival. Hence the name sponsored before a few years ago, but that name might not be quite as familiar in recent years. So runners coming in. Calett Mad tried to put his race to bed a long way from home last time, and he's allowed to stride on again for Daryl Jacob as they leave the tapes here. I think it'll be a decent gallop. Poetic Rhythm is in second place, about 4 lengths away. On the blind side, over flight number 1 and Momella, Vision de Flow towards the back in company with I Charlie. So there's 2 flights of hurdles on this part of the racecourse, and then a very long run before they reach the third. Calett Mad steps over that flight well, as indeed to most of the field. I Charlie was the one that was a little bit awkward in the blue and pink colours at the back. So now they'll make their way across the intersection, and they now have a long run before they encounter flight number 3. Out in front, Calett Mad, successful at Perth and Cheltenham this campaign, leading Poetic Rhythm, who, as you heard from Fergal O'Brien, was winner of the listed bumper at this meeting 12 months ago. On the blind side is next, in the red with the white sleeves, ahead of the mare Momella. His victories have come in lower grade races at Newton Abbot and Fakenham. And the last 2, Vision de Flow, last of all, I Charlie. So they're continuing this left-hand bend. It'll bring them up the home straight. 2 flights of hurdles in the home straight this time. There will just be 1 on the final circuit. And out in front, it's Calett Mad, who leads the turn by about 3 lengths or so. Poetic Rhythm is in second. Third place disputed by On the Blind Side and Momella, with 4 lengths back in fifth to Vision de Flow and I Charlie. Calett Mad steps over flight number 3, and again they're all over safely. So just an even pace, but an honest enough one being set by Calett Mad. In second place, Poetic Rhythm has closed to within a length as they're between flights 3 and 4. Momella on the outside, the mare with the white face of On the Blind Side. The last 2, Vision de Flow, last of all, I Charlie. So they're continuing their run towards the 4th. And out in front, Calett Mad, partnered by Daryl Jacob, ahead of Paddy Brennan, looking for his second win of the afternoon. Poetic Rhythm in the striped colours, Momella on the outside of On the Blind Side as they approach the wings of flight number 4. In front, Calett Mad, again, I Charlie just gave it a little bit of a wrap, and they're now out on their final circuit. So out in front, it's Calett Mad, who leads by a length. Poetic Rhythm is in second. In third, On the Blind Side, moving a little closer, red with the white sleeves. Momella is now back in 4th place as they climb away from the stands. And the last couple, Vision de Flow in 5th place, and I Charlie last of the 6 as they pass the stands in the last race of the afternoon. Calett Mad it is who'll lead the turn towards just 2 flights of hurdles on this side of the course. Poetic Rhythm in second. In third is On the Blind Side. In 4th is Momella. Vision de Flow in 5th place. Still at the rear is I Charlie. Calett Mad leads over that. Poetic Rhythm was ridden into it in second place, still just over a length away. Third for On the Blind Side, Momella in 4th, Vision de Flow, and 5 lengths back to I Charlie. So Calett Mad's just trying to press on again between these 2 flights. Pace has been sustained, not frantic, but known very little pause in it, and Poetic Rhythm's to within 3/4 of a length. On the blind side, third, Momella in 4th, then Vision de Flow. I Charlie closes up as Poetic Rhythm moves to within a neck of Calett Mad. This flight is 5 from the finish. Calett Mad over in front. Vision de Flow reached for it in 5th place. Landed a little bit awkwardly, just cost him about a length or so, no more. And they're climbing towards 4 from the finish. On the old course, there's plenty of action in the jumping in the final 6 furlongs or so, which is just about where we've reached now. Still 4 flights of hurdles to take. Calett Mad, half a length in advance of Poetic Rhythm. Momella poised now just behind the leaders in company with On the Blind Side. Vision de Flo in 5th place. Aye Charlie last of the 6. On the blind side just briefly shaken along. So the pace increasing still as Poetic Rhythm has moved through on the inside now to press Calett Mad. Momella being ridden along. They're all travelling comfortably 3 furlongs ago. Now a few of them just being pushed along on the blind side 4th. Vision de Flo trying to get back into it after that error. Aye Charlie still in touch at the back of the field, so now they run downhill. 2 flights taken on this part of the racecourse. Poetic Rhythm in the stripes. 2-tone green of Calett Mad. Towards the outside is Momella. Vision de Flo trying to get closer alongside On the Blind Side, and Aye Charlie has fallen free from the finish. Aye Charlie out of the race. Calett Mad constantly hassled by Poetic Rhythm. Momella is in 3rd place. Pleased to say the horse is up perfectly okay for Aye Charlie, so they're running down towards 2 from the finish. Calett Mad on the outside of Poetic Rhythm. Momella's right alongside, a couple of lengths back to On the Blind Side, and then Vision de Flo as they make the turn for home. Out in front, Calett Mad inside running round Poetic Rhythm, but Momella sweeps round the outer as Calett Mad gives way. It's Momella and on the inside Poetic Rhythm. These 2 from in 3rd place On the Blind Side, then Calett Mad. Vision de Flo can't go on, down towards the last. Poetic Rhythm, striped colours, pink sleeves of Momella, back in 3rd place. On the Blind Side may not be completely done with. Momella from the striped colours, Poetic Rhythm all the time On the Blind Side, switch to the far side, putting in a barnstorming finish. Momella, Poetic Rhythm On the Blind Side, on the far side is stretching away, and having been outpaced coming down the hill, On the Blind Side retains his unbeaten record for Nico de Boinville, Nicky Henderson and Alan Spence. Tight for 2nd, Poetic Rhythm and Momella. Vision de Flo finished in 4th place. Last of the 5 to finish was Calett Mad. On the Blind Side got a little bit outpaced on the run down when the pace lifted coming down the hill, but was well in command at the line. Close for 2nd. Momella's near side, Poetic Rhythm far side. You just favour Momella. The judge will be needed very close for 2nd place there, but On the Blind Side has won. Will he go for the Challow? Will he go for the Albert Bartlett?